Today I have a very special video for you guys, because today I have got a top 10 games of all time videos. This is of course my very personal top 10 favorite games of all time. So yeah, all kinds of different games. If you find yourself looking for some cool games at any time and you don't bother playing old games, maybe this video is helpful for you. With that said, let's get started. I do know that there is no definite top 10 game list, and there will never be, because everyone is different and everyone will have different favorite games. And so this is my personal top 10 list. This list may help you if you're currently looking for a game to play and don't know where to start. A little warning before we start: most games in this list are story-based roleplay games. No multiplayer games are included in this list. With that said, let's start with the first game, number 10. Great story. Although this game may look a little childish at first sight, it's a really enjoyable game. Most people probably never heard of this game. It's a roleplay game for PSP and has cute characters and an interesting story. It does make a lot of fun to level up your characters, and I personally do enjoy the good old round-based battle system. If you got a PSP and love roleplay games, it might be worth a try. Next up, Portal 2. This game, however, is probably well known, and if you did for some reason not hear about it yet, dang, you're late. You have to play it. You can play it on PC and console. I have to add that I did play Portal 1 as well, after I've played Portal 2. I gotta say, you didn't miss anything. Really, Portal 2 is so much different. It has a story, characters, it looks so much better. It is a little bit easier than the first game too, by the way. Anyways, what I loved most about Portal 2 is the comedy. The characters do talk so much stupid nonsense, you will enjoy listening to them, I promise.
I'm speaking in an accent that is beyond her range of hearing. I know I'm early, but we have...
Look, Metal Ball, I can hear you.
Run! I don't need to do the voice, run!
Besides that, Portal 2 is one of the few games where you do not have a weapon to fight enemies. Actually, it's more of a thinking game in general. You have to solve different puzzles by using a portal gun which, you guessed it, can make portals. The background story is also very interesting, and that really drives you through the entire game. One of the best games I've played. It also offers a fun co-op mode. The Third Birthday. I'm interested in how many people have actually heard about that game. Again, this is only available for PSP and PS Vita, which basically is the PSP version. Please take part in the poll I made on that video and answer me what games you did know before watching the video and what not. Okay, The Third Birthday is another very story-driven game. You are fighting some sort of aliens called the Twisted, and you are playing this girl named Aya Brea. Her key ability is Overdrive, which allows her to dive into the mind of aliens and allies and control them, as well as inflict heavy damage to your enemies. What I did like a lot about this game is that it's really not that easy. You have to play hard to actually beat it. The story is so twisted and crazy and interesting that you won't stop playing for a while. Seriously, that game really got me. Final Fantasy VII. This is probably the most popular Final Fantasy game. Don't ask me why, but it's really cool. It was the first ever Final Fantasy for PlayStation and the first time the Final Fantasy games used 3D characters and environments. It's available on PlayStation and PC. The story does go very deep, which might be one of the reasons why there are so many other games in the Final Fantasy VII universe. There's even a movie. The classic game uses a round-based fight system, the characters all have their own unique personality and everything fits together perfectly. While the game starts quite linear, you later get the opportunity to explore the world on a more open world based environment. It does make a ton hell amount of fun to level up your characters and play through the story. Mass Effect, or Mass Effect 2. This game is also available for console and PC, and I'm pretty sure most of you have heard about it. No, I'm not talking about the new glitch effect, I'm actually referring to the original trilogy, especially Mass Effect 2. For some reason I started playing Mass Effect 2 and I loved it so much. The story again is really amazing, and the best part of it, you can influence the story. The characters are all very well done and unique, and it is funny that you can actually build a relationship with any of your party members, no matter how much alien they are. The gameplay involves shooting and some sort of magic, which is very entertaining too. Oh, and there are really cool cutscenes. If you like sci-fi games and want to write your own story, you will enjoy Mass Effect 2. Crash Bandicoot 3. Wow, what happened here? That was a jump backwards, yes. This is Crash Bandicoot 3 and PlayStation 1 original game. This is, I think, the first video game I have ever played, and I loved it ever since. The level design is so cute and funny, the gameplay never gets boring. This game does not really give you a great storyline, but the characters and the music, the whole package makes it so much enjoyable. It's a super fun jump and run game that you should not have missed. Kingdom Hearts, a classic game everyone has heard of. The very first Kingdom Hearts was my favorite. I haven't played all of them, but I truly remember this one. I love the fact that all Disney characters, even Final Fantasy characters, as this game is from Square Enix, were put into the game. The story is really good and you will fall in love with the characters. The gameplay is super fun and I personally really like and think the more characters you know from Disney or others, the more you will like this game. And will want to meet your favorite characters to see what their role is within the Kingdom Hearts universe. When I first played this game 15 years ago, I got stuck at a boss fight. I do now have the HD remastered version and I will hopefully 15 years later finally finish this game. You can play it on consoles only. Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII. At this point you can probably tell that I'm a big fan of roleplay games, especially the Final Fantasy series. This one is playing in the Final Fantasy VII universe and tells the story before the original game. It's amazing. This game does use a real-time action-based fight system. You get to know the characters which you only have heard a little bit from in the original game. You also do learn a little bit about characters that do still exist in the original game. The story in Crisis Core is sad, but unbelievably good in my opinion. This game is an PSP exclusive. It is in fact one of the most sold PSP games worldwide. If you are a Final Fantasy fan, you have to play this one. Ratchet and Clank. Yes, my number 2 on the list is Ratchet and Clank, the original one. I fell in love with this game when I first saw the really short TV commercial. This also was my personal very first own video game that I got. You can play it on PlayStation only. The first game of this series. Now there are many more, including a movie which sadly wasn't that good. It's a jump and run game with huge weapons, an interesting story and lots of fun characters and jokes to laugh about. Especially the very first Ratchet and Clank, you can feel all the detail and love that went into the game, something that I haven't really felt in the other games of this series. It's very colorful and makes a lot of fun to play. I love it. Final Fantasy X. My all-time favorite game is Final Fantasy X. I literally fell in love with that game. The sad story of the main character, Tidus, is so exciting. All the beautiful characters he meets on his journey to find out what actually happened to his hometown, they are all genius. Square Enix did an amazing job with that game. The story is sad, exciting, interesting, it's perfect. There are also so many high quality rendered cutscenes which amazes me still today. The round-based fight system fits perfectly and leveling up your characters never gets boring. This game also features so many side quests and opportunities besides the main story. You can spend hours over hours playing it. Also, there is no other game that I've played over again and again this many times. Even though I do know the story very well, I still love to play this game from time to time. If you like roleplay games, you should totally play this one, you won't regret it. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to follow me on my social media, and also if you liked that video, it would mean the world if you could just show it to one of your friends. That would help me a lot actually. I love you guys. See you in the next video. Bye. Over and out. Bye.